There we go. There we go. I hear
Thought
something.
I thought I had it plugged in. Can you hear me now?
I hear you now. How
Okay.
are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm blessed. I just came back to Baltimore. I saw my family for the very first time this year. I was
Oh,
nervous about coming to see them during COVID time, so I'm
yeah.
enjoying my family. So I'm in Baltimore right now.
Oh, enjoy your
Thank you.
family.
I am.
Yes. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Wow. I live here on the East Coast and I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio. I'm
Cool,
Sherontelle,
cool.
by the way,
Hey,
since this is the first time we're meeting. And I've been quarantined, I think, since
yeah.
the beginning of this thing. I think we started here maybe like in March.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everything started like
Mm-hmm.
closing down. And I kind of like
Likewise.
been in, yeah. And I've
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
adapted and adjusted to what it is right now. So, wow, it's a
Yeah.
beautiful thing that you're able to see your family love and embrace
Yes.
that. Oh
Thank
my
you.
goodness,
I
that's
am.
crazy. So, I was going to ask you, like, how are you doing during this pandemic?
I'm blessed. I'm good. Can't complain. I can't complain.
How was it for you when it first started? Did it affect business at all?
Not for me. It's just being able to transition everything online. So with our actors and classes, it was great for the Southeast market because everything is self-tape now. So
Mm-hmm.
we were able to adjust our classes to, being online.
Oh my goodness, everyone, I am talking
Yeah.
to I am talking to Louis Stancil. My
Hey.
goodness, I said celebrity acting coach, director, and producer, right?
Yes,
I
yes.
came up with these conversations weeks ago. I titled
Okay.
it Choose Your Path because I wanted people to be creative during this time, even though we're in a pandemic or crisis may have you. Use this crisis for creativity. So I felt that I always had these conversations with my grandmother, and we would sit and have like a cup of coffee
Right.
in the morning and we would just talk, and I know how much that wisdom and that knowledge that she instilled upon me helped me up into
Mhm.
this point. Like they're saying hello. Yeah.
What up?
So
What up?
yeah, so since I'm at home and everything got canceled, I was like, why not come on live and have these conversations? But
That's
with your
awesome.
flyer, I did something a little different because it's
Okay.
not just choose your path. It's like you've chosen it, and this is what has happened
Mm.
along the journey. So that's why I put that at the top because that's really dope.
I love that. Thank
That's
you.
really
Thank
dope.
you. Thank
So
you.
you're a
Thank you.
Baltimore native.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, how
I
was that
am.
growing up from Baltimore, Maryland?
Yep, 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 yep.
Okay.
I mean, it was a part of my norm. Um, wasn't really rough. It wasn't really, challenging for me. It was a part of my norm, so it was good for me.
It was, and
I had a
it's
good childhood.
I
I'll say
didn't
that.
even know that my neighborhood was even bad until I became an adult and people was talking about what was going on around the neighborhood. Like even if we seen a dead body, it became like our norm somehow, right?
Yeah,
Isn't that
yeah,
something how like you can really
yeah.
adapt and adjust to your
That's it.
environment?
And that's the mental thing. As human beings, we learn to adapt to certain things. It's the survival skills that's innate in us. So yeah, that became my norm. I had a good childhood.
So how you started working, right? You started your career as an actor. And then you went on to be a talent scout for a well-known talent agency.
Hmm.
And then you later on transitioned to casting director
Hmm.
and directing and producing and various other things. What did that look like? How did that process look like in the beginning?
The only thing that had similarities is when I got into those positions, I
Uh-huh.
interned. So I did it for free because I just wanted the knowledge. I was just hungry. So that was the
Wow.
similarities between every single one of them. Um, Both of my parents are deaf, so I'm fluent in sign language. So being
Hmm.
able to, uh, be a giver and pay attention to, human behaviors and just wanting to give, that was just innate in me. So that was the similarities all across the board.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is so beautiful. When I started in the beginning, I was an EMT. I worked in healthcare. I worked as
Oh,
an
cool.
EMT for like 15 years. Yeah. And
Yep.
then somehow I transitioned into entertainment. But it's a beautiful transition because now I had that background of what it feels like to work with people
Yeah.
and different types of people. Like if anyone look at these conversations, I have talking to people from all different types of backgrounds, all different types of creative projects that they're working on, because I didn't want to leave it like just in one realm of entertainment. I
Right.
wanted to like expand and touch on different things, because that's what the world looks like.
Right.
The world
Right.
is not just one way, right? So I'm
Exactly.
like, they're like, you have a variety of guests. And I'm like, yes, that's what I want. Like, I want to talk to creators. Like, this is
Yeah.
amazing. What does your creative process look like? Take me into that.
The creative process.
Mm-hmm.
Just number one, connection, alignment with the big man upstairs. So that's
Mm-hmm.
number one, making sure that I'm on a path of my purpose, and I am, and that's being in alignment of being a giver, being able to cultivate artists' careers. So
Mm-hmm.
that's my creative process. How can I take the moment that I'm at now and make it even bigger, but not selfish, but for the other person, you know?
Right.
So
Because
that's
that's
how,
what it's about. It's about bringing
absolutely.
value to people. I would hope that it's about that anyway.
Exactly. Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
a hope. How do you stay organized, and how do you prioritize your task?
Ooh, that's
Being
a great question. Understanding. I'm a real big writer, and I'm and when I say writer, a planner in the sense that I like to do things on a calendar and making sure that I have my team members, hold me accountable, and I'm holding my team members accountable as well. But the very
Mhm.
first thing is understanding what is on my calendar and attacking certain tasks or goals to meet and achieve, those upcoming events.
That makes sense. I learned as an
Hmm.
EMT how to prioritize, right? I'll take you into that world a little bit. When you're in the
Okay.
emergency department, at any time, there can be any kind of trauma that comes through the door. So you always have to be prepared. You
Exactly.
have to know that even though the trauma may be coming through the door, you have a room full of other
Plethora of
patients who are
uh-huh.
just as important as
Uh-huh.
the trauma that's coming in, right? So you have to prioritize and say, hey, do I want to go in here and do this task first, or do I want to go to this patient? You have to decide which patient comes first over the other. It doesn't mean that they're not important. It just means that I have to prioritize. So that's the kind of
Yep,
amazing
yep.
thing that you can transition, do that. I learned that to transition that into my life.
That's
So I
dope.
think that's just
Yeah, that's dope.
absolutely amazing. It's important. We need to
Yeah, that's
definitely
dope.
do that. There's
Yeah.
this quote that I love all the time that I talk about. One of the greatest enemies of fulfillment of purpose is procrastination and broken focus.
Mm.
Dr. Cindy Trim. So how
Mm.
how do you stay focused when literally the world on the outside, the external events, the world on the outside is completely on fire?
Big man upstairs. Prayers. Making sure that I have mentors, making sure that I have team, making sure that my team is in alignment with our goals, and understanding that current circumstances will never alter our future. So we just have to shift.
Hmm.
And I shift and I go with wherever the big man upstairs want me to go. So I definitely am. I'm a spiritual guy, not religious. I'm very spiritual, and so being able to just being connected to the big man upstairs, and he tells me where to go, I'll go. And I won't let situations block the goal ahead of me.
Tunnel vision focus.
Yes, yes, yes.
Tunnel vision focus. I love it. I love it. Um, let's talk about some of the elements of film.
Okay,
Oh my God, I absolutely love film. I don't
okay.
watch a lot of TV, but I do make it my business to watch movies, because I always can find some inspiration. I can find some motivation. I can find some laughter. All of those emotions I get to find when I watch these characters depict, what was written on a script. I think that's
Hmm.
amazing. So, so tell me what are some of the elements when you look at film that are important to creating that piece of art?
Oh
Like, for
wow, a great
instance,
number one. It all
yeah,
starts with a great script. right?
Script.
Because if
I
the
got my
script
pen.
isn't there, then we have nothing. You know what I mean? So I praise all the screenwriters and playwrights because they're the ones that have this amazing imagination and they're writing it down in a computer or writing it down in a notepad, and it just becomes, our world. And when I say our world, it's the viewer, it's the actor, because they're living in that world in that moment. So it starts with the script, right? Then boom, that's when you're in pre-production. You build your crew, and then from there, that's when you start building your cast. And then the cast has to be amazing storytellers because now they're living out that playwright, that screenwriter's,
Wow.
imagination, right? And then all of a sudden, boom, editing is important, sound is important, color correction. And then now we're chilling in the theater or in the home, turning it on, and now we're watching it, right?
And now
Yeah.
we're watching it.
Now
And
we're
that's like,
watching it.
oh my God, that's like even when I've been in music studios for over the past 10 years. And that is an
Yeah.
amazing process when you go into the music studio and see the engineers and the mixing and all of those things that take
Yeah.
place. Oh my goodness. And then you get to put your headphones on
Yeah. Yeah.
and you get to experience it. So it's like, you have to
You're like,
know that you can
uh-huh.
choose your path. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you gotta know it. You gotta find it, because you're denying me, you're getting denied, and all of these people that are watching us right now are being denied something that we should be benefiting from. You like that. It's not even about you, people. It's
Nah.
about the people.
Explain what your definition of being denied mean.
Being denied meaning that the gift that I feel like God has given us is
Mm-hmm.
for us to give away. If
Gotcha.
you're holding it,
You're a vessel, yeah.
oh man, you're holding it, like you're holding it back from the people, and yet you're still expecting to be blessed. You're still expecting this and all of these things. Like, that to me just doesn't make any sense.
I
You know
feel
what I
that.
mean?
Yep.
It just
Yep.
don't.
Yep.
And
I
because
feel
it
that.
don't make sense, I have to bring my people back. I have to have these conversations so that even one person on here hears something and they go and start that business, or they
Yeah,
go ahead
yeah,
and write that book, or they write that script. They do
yeah.
those things because they see what it looks like if you
Yeah.
answer to the call.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I
Agreed.
mean? You have a
Agreed.
choice. You look on the caller ID and you got a choice. Better life, or stay in the comfort zone. Are you going to answer
Mm.
that call? Let's answer that call
Mm.
and let's move forward as a people,
Yeah.
period, point blank, period. So it's like, yeah, this kind of sucks. We're
Yeah.
COVID-19 and all of these things. We can't travel as much, but let's be grateful for what we have right now. Let's look around and see what is it that we have right now. And that is amazing when you look at that. If you can be grateful for where
Mm.
you are, the sky is not even the limit. The
Absolutely.
sky
You
is
got
not
the whole
even the limit.
galaxy out there.
Right. My business has actually is flourishing during this
Amen.
time.
That's amazing.
Right? It's an amazing thing. And I say that so that I want people to know, like, hey, your business may have failed, but maybe that is a time to start a new business, right?
There we
Maybe this
go.
is a time to, if maybe you lost your job and you're looking for another one. Maybe this is a time to start looking for that one that you actually love and not the one that you hate every day. Like, this is
Yeah.
just, and love on your loved ones a little more. I have
Yeah.
more conversations on the phone
Yeah.
now, right? Oh my goodness. I was talking to someone the other day from No Limit, right? We were on the phone for literally 2 hours. Before
Mm-hmm.
the COVID, I don't think that would have ever happened. Nobody would have had time. We're so busy, being busy, right?
That's so true.
We're so
No, that
busy
I
being
feel
busy.
that. I feel that. I feel that.
So recently, you've coached Meek Mill,
Mm-hmm. Yes, I
right?
did.
How was that experience?
It was amazing. It was really good.
Tell me about
Being
it.
able to, be in alignment with winners. You know what I mean?
It cuts off
Oh,
his
I didn't even
face,
know
of
you can
course.
do that. You can do that on IG?
Yeah.
What?
That's Meek
His
Mill,
head cut off,
guys. His
y'all. That
head
ain't
is
Meek
cut off.
Mill. Fooled ya.
Right, exactly.
I didn't even
But
know you
we
could
get
do
the
that on
point.
IG.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's cool. You just taught me something new. No, it was cool. I just felt like it was destined. When you are working hard towards your purpose, you know, you attract and manifest. So just being able to get on an amazing set. I've worked with the Smiths Overbrook company before, so just being able
Yes,
to be back on set and work with the greats, it's phenomenal. It's great. It'll happen again and again and again. And I speak that into existence because I'm in alignment. And I feel as though that when you're in alignment, you attract and manifest, right? And
absolutely.
there's going to be some trials and tribulations, but you can't let those circumstances, get in the way. And there were some circumstances, but I changed my mindset and the blessing just came. So working with Meek, it was phenomenal. Working with the Overbrook team was phenomenal. Just being able to understand how he learned as as an actor, because he's a rapper first, or I wouldn't even say a
Right.
rapper, he's a creative. So
He's a creative, yes.
being able to be in front of this the spotlight as an actor, I just have to understand how he learned. We both gelled within the first day, actually, of like how he learned, and boom, we got it. So it's not just Meek, it was a couple more actors on the set of Charm City Kings that I had pleasure working with. So I hope everyone enjoyed.
I hope they do. I wish that I could like show
Apologies.
the whole entire thing. That's okay.
Apologies,
I
that was
wish
somebody
I
trying to
wish that
call.
the whole that's funny. I wish that it
Sorry.
would show the whole entire thing. That would be so cool. That's so funny.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah, oh my
yeah.
gosh, Charm Kings. Here we go.
Charm
It
City
definitely
Kings.
is definitely I did say Charm Kings, didn't I? Charm City Kings. I apologize. This is definitely a highly anticipated film. Ah! Are you
Sorry, I
back?
don't know what happened. Yep, I'm here. Sorry, guys.
Okay, so this is streaming October 8th on HBO Max. Is that correct?
Yes, on HBO Max on October 8th.
Let's talk about it. It won't, let's see. Oh, wait. I don't
I
know
think we're
what's
losing
going
connection.
on.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we are. Tap, tap, tap. All right, let's bring him back. How are you guys enjoying the interview so far? Yeah. Uh-oh. Okay, let's bring him back. Yeah, because he's outside in nature.
All right.
I
Sorry,
was like, because you're outside in nature, nature don't like
sorry,
Wi-Fi.
guys. Sorry. Thank y'all for coming back.
Yes. Uh-oh.
You there?
Okay, look, yep, we got it.
Okay, cool, cool, cool.
All right, cool. So I wish that it would play the sound, but of course with rights and all of that stuff. But I'm still going to play it in the background as we talk about this film because this is amazing.
I don't hear it.
No, you won't hear it, but we can
Oh,
see it. Can you see it? Why does it keep freezing, guys? All right, you're back. I was like, we can like play it while we're talking about it. It won't, I don't think like because of the rights, Instagram will let me play the sound. So
oh,
at
got
least
you.
we can
Okay.
see it though. Yeah. This is amazing.
Thank you.
So we got Meek Mill, he's playing Blacks, right?
Yes.
Then we have Jahi Diallo. Is that how you pronounce his
Jahi
name?
Winston. Jahi Winston.
Yes, right. I
Mm-hmm.
was saying the whole thing. Jaheim Diallo Winston. He plays Mouse.
Yes.
And then we have William Catlett, who plays Detective Rivers. And then we
Yes.
have Tiana Paris, who plays Terry.
Yes.
Wow. 14-year-old Mouse, he desperately wants to join the Midnight. Is it
Click.
the Midnight Click? Oh, okay. And
Hmm.
informs the group of Baltimore, these dirt bike riders. Don't Meek
Hmm.
Mill ride a bike in real life?
He does, yeah. And it's interesting. That's actually what one of the most interesting things about first day for him. He thought he was going to be riding a bike, and he couldn't due to liability. We had gotten him a photo double. Production got him a photo double, so he was just
Wow.
bummed about it. Yeah, but he does ride. He is a rider.
Wow. So how cool that is for him to be a part of a movie about writers. Like this is amazing.
I know,
When you
right?
when I'm watching a movie, I'm always watching here, I'll close that. I'm always watching for the character. A
Okay.
couple weeks ago, I talked to Miriam Hyman from The Shy, and I
Okay.
talked to her because I literally watched that series and I connected with her character so
Mm,
much. I felt like she literally took the words off of the paper and put it into the screen, and I was
yeah.
just like, I just want to talk to her because she made me feel what that
You
character was
felt something.
going through, right? So, what
Yeah.
do you look for when you're looking at a script? What is it that you look for? Is there something that you look for, or
From
you
as a
just
perspective from as a coach.
mm-hmm. That's it? Yeah,
Um,
from a coach.
so as a human being, number one, as Louis Stancil, when I look at it, doesn't move me. Just like you mentioned,
Yeah.
is this something that I believe that is emotionally, um, captivating? Is it entertaining? Is it compelling? Do I find truth in any of the words that is jumping off of the page for me?
Mm-hmm.
So those are certain things that I look for within the playwright or the screenplay. So yeah.
Describe, if you could, your communication style.
Is any of my teachers here? I mean, not teachers. Any of my actors here? Talking about my communication style. Um, is visual learners. I have to understand how my actors learn. Are they visual? Are they tactile? Or audible learners? So understanding that, being able to have me reach them a little bit differently. Because everyone learns differently. So that's my communication style when I'm trying to reach an actor. But the biggest thing that I have to learn and assess for Louis Stancil when I check myself is that when I enter my school, I'm a teacher. When I enter on set, I'm a coach, because a coach has to get the actor to get to the 5 yard line to the 50 yard line quicker within
Mm-hmm.
30 minutes, right?
Right.
Where a teacher in the school setting has to break it down and not spoon feed the actor in a classroom setting, because that's why they're in class, to learn it on their own so that they don't need a coach on set. The
Wow. That
coach is
is.
somebody that's trying to, speed up the process.
Mm-hmm.
A teacher saying, hey, let's figure this out so that, you can go home, do the homework, and bring it back in and show me that you've grown. Does that
And
make sense?
understand what the oh, absolutely, so that the
Yeah,
teacher teaches where the student can learn the concept of what
absolutely.
is. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. What can I expect? You have LS Acting Studios, right? I'm
Yes.
trying to,
Yes.
my brain, I'm like, I read so much that it's like so much going
You
through
are
my
doing a great
brain
job.
at one
You're doing a
time.
great
Yeah.
job.
So LS Acting Studios, if I am
Yes.
to walk, if when I walk into the door,
Hmm.
I don't like the word expectation,
Yeah,
but
yeah, 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 yeah.
what can I expect when I walk into your studio?
Expect to find yourself. Expect to find yourself with a group of other creators. So expect to find yourself. Expect to find yourself around other creatives that's like-minded, just like you. We're a family at LS Studios, and
Mm,
we want our artists to feel like their career is being cultivated. Simple as that.
wow. Simple.
And it's in if there are any actors that are on here right now, no matter where you live in the world, right? if your training is important, if you want to pursue this, training is important in any facet that you're trying to do, even if it's not in the entertainment industry. But it's the art of looking at something familiar, but seeing something new and hearing something new and feeling something new. So if you've been in classes, right, in any realm, you know what it is, but you have to find the art of feeling something new, hearing something new, and seeing something new. And that's what you get at LS Studios, because we don't offer just classes, we offer something new. And you got to come to the studio and find out. We actually have an open house virtually this Saturday. So if you want to go to our website, if anybody's want to go to our website, it's lsactingstudios.com. And we have a virtual open house where it's me, celebrity Rodney Perry, who is phenomenal. We got Lamont Farrell, who is our script writer teacher. And we also have Ryan Richmond, who does our directing and producing classes.
Wow. And that's this Saturday.
That's this Saturday.
Okay. I had to write it down. I always come on here with like a pen because I'm always learning something. I'm like forever a student.
That's
like
what's up. I like that.
Yeah, forever a student. So let's go back to the film.
Okay.
The director is the very key member, right, of a film project. So what are some of the qualities that a director must have?
Being able to communicate with the actors effectively, being able to communicate with all sides, the cast and the crew members, right? And being able to be a leader. And Angel definitely did that for sure. Very cool. I think he was one of the greatest directors for this project, to be very urban led, very male driven film as well. Angel was dope, and this is his first, well, I'm not even gonna say his first, like one of the biggest US film projects that he was a part of to be able to direct. So he was one of the main reasons why I got on this project. So thank you, Angel. You rocked it out, man.
Let's talk about some of the elements of film. I know we talked earlier about the kind of like the beginning process of like the script and how important that is. But let's talk about like the characters and the plots. Okay. How important is it? How do you even put that together?
One more time. What was the question?
How do you even put that together? The characters, the elements. I want to talk about the elements of film, like character, the plot, the conflict, the resolutions, those parts of the film. How important, how do you come together with choosing the characters?
And how again, many... that goes to the script writer.
Yeah.
And it's the screenwriter and the playwright. Like nothing, my job wouldn't exist if it wasn't a screenwriter or a playwright, to be honest. I'm gonna get up because these mosquitoes in Baltimore is heavy and for real.
What about the scenes? How do you determine what's too many scenes, what's enough scenes? How does that look?
That's a great question. I mean, again, that depends on, the script. So that depends on, how it could be a short film or full length. So that's all a part of that.
And what's the difference between
the script?
Yeah. And what's the process when you're doing a short film? What does that look like? I went to one.
I'm sorry.
Like, what does that process look like? Is it easier? Would you say it's easier to do a short film because it's shorter, or what's the difference?
Oh, I wouldn't say it's easier or, worse because of the amount of pages. Right. I honestly feel as though it's a part of the moving parts as far as the production, as far as what's the setting, what is the budget behind it, because that affects a lot, because they can hire more crew members, they can have great locations already in place, and it moves the process quicker versus, a smaller budget, and then, things won't get shot as fast. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to go way back. Before you got into entertainment, how did you even get into entertainment?
My parents. So both of my parents are deaf. So I'm fluent in sign language, right? So I'm not sure if you ever been around any deaf people. So if I'm looking straight ahead and there's deaf people over here, I will never communicate with them. So what do I have to do to communicate with deaf people? I have to use my hands and my eyes. So I
Mm.
always had to study my parents because I had to make sure it's not what they say, it's how they say it. So it's all about human behavior. And that was already innate in me, where I always had to look at my mom and dad to go, how did they say that? Come here. Did they say it a little bit aggressive, or they say jokingly, like, come here, right? So being able to understand what lived in them, that was already from day one. And then boom, it was just cultivated where I got into the realm of, artistry, where I was able to say, yo, I love the performance side of acting, and let me just cultivate that and get some classes, and then just grew from there.
That is a dope gift.
Yeah, I
Of
think so.
that is that's
I
a
think
really
so.
dope gift. I remember growing up with my grandmother, and my experience, she couldn't read. So I
Mm,
made it my business. I promised her that I would read enough for the both of us. So I used to
mm,
read the encyclopedias, the dictionaries, um, all through school, high school, even college. I studied biology and chemistry. I was
wow.
like A's and B's because I always thought about her like, oh my goodness, she didn't get this opportunity. I have it. And I told her that I'm going to carry that weight. Like, I
Right,
got it.
right,
You know
right,
what I mean?
right.
So that's why I said my brain, it goes so fast because I'm thinking about atoms and nucleus and all of these math and scientific stuff. Like, that's crazy. Like, I was even studying this, I forgot the name of the, see, I already forgot the name of the
It's
math.
all good.
But it's like this 369. I guess that's the vibration or frequency for the universe. So it's like,
Mm.
oh, okay, 1 + 1 = 2, and then 2 + 1 = 3, and then three plus right, and then you're like, you always go back to, and basically you go to do this whole sequence, and you always go back to 369. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't know.
I
That's how
love
my
that.
brain, yeah. So that's how my brain go, and I'm just so excited that to have this conversation with you because you're flowing with
Much
me. I
love.
can go and talk about the movie, then I can go back and be like, but how did you start this? Like, and
Yeah,
then, and that is really cool that you've connected in a way where you get it,
yeah.
and the conversation is flowing nicely. And I just want to say I'm very grateful for you taking out this time to
Thank you for
share your
having me.
gifts. Like, this is
Thank you for having me.
amazing. This
Thank
is
you for
so
having me.
amazing. I'm like, of course. I feel like I had to do my homework. I have all these pages right here, and I'm like, but then it always messes me up because I'm good with conversation. I'm not good at, I don't think I could ever do scripts. Like, I don't think I could remember them, first of all. I
Okay,
remember, yeah, I've been on TV plenty of times, right?
okay.
And I would have to do, I remember in the beginning, I would have to do like 20, 25, takes. They're like, okay, Sherontelle, come on, you get in there. I'm like, but if I can be myself, I'm really good at being me. So that works. Like, I'm like, oh,
Mm.
this guy is really cool. I
And that's
could
all you
just,
can do is just being able to be you. I have this, one of my favorite quotes is just being able, well, actually it's a quote that somebody told me, is that, doesn't it feel good being rewarded for just being who you are?
absolutely it
You
does.
know?
I'm
So
I'm
just your authentic
grateful.
self. Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
grateful to be myself. It feels good to be myself. I think it
yeah,
would be just too much work to try to be someone else other than.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Uh,
Not a fraud or anything, or try to be somebody else, or try to adjust to their liking.
oh my goodness.
Yeah. Are you going to tune in on October 8th? Are you going to watch the movie?
What? Of course I am. I've watched that trailer I don't know how many times because I wanted to write down and see, like, oh, okay, this is great.
I
Yes, of
feel as though
course.
that what most people are going to expect is it's going to be a hidden gem. It's a hidden gem that most people are going to go be like, "Oh wow, did you see that movie?" They be like, "What movie?" They're gonna be like, "Yo, Charm City King." So it's that hidden gem that
It's
most
that
people are going to
hidden gem. And who is
check
it
out.
produced by?
Overbrook. So Will and
Overbrook.
Jada.
Will and Jada. That is
Mm-hmm.
beautiful. And
Yeah.
directed by,
Angel Soto. Angel Manuel Soto.
oh, see, I only remember the Emmanuel Soto. I'm glad you said it. I'm glad you said it. So
Yes.
let's talk about challenges that helps us discover things that we never knew about ourselves. Could you
Okay.
share a challenge that you discovered once you got through it? Something that you didn't really know that you had.
Um, Understanding what a legacy feel like. What I mean by that, one of my really good friends and mentor passed away last year, and he was an acting coach to a lot of celebrities of
Mm,
Hollywood. And he shaped the game. He, taught me the game and everything. But understanding what a legacy felt like, that was a challenge. Being able to have somebody that's real, like a big brother to me. And he was only 39 when he passed away. So he passed away 1 year ago on the 4th. So that was this past Sunday. And understanding that, you know, that it's not about us. When he transitioned,
hmm
I learned, in that moment it was difficult that something our life is not our own, that we should be able to live on this earth and then pass on something. So when you earth you, what is the imprint that you left on this earth that they're gonna be like, yo, this here changed my life. Life is not doesn't even have to be that big. It's a seed that you plant in certain people's life, and then when they walk in their purpose, other people are going to start adding confirmation and affirming those seeds because I was that person that planted that seed, a part of their journey. So that overcome is real. Life still go on,
Oh, we're
but your
freezing
life.
again.
One more
Yes.
time. You hear me?
Yeah, we were freezing.
I hear you.
Uh, you can hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Your face is just frozen, that's all.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. I just can't see you. Can you guys see it? Because my screen is frozen.
Ain't nothing but the devil. You trying to stop this?
I'm telling you. Can't stop this good conversation. Trying to trying to save someone.
Hey,
Like she's like, no, right in and
it's
out.
working
It
good,
keeps
right? You
freezing.
see?
I know people,
See
I'm
them distractions
sorry.
coming in?
Man.
There. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, yes. It's so funny because you know how when you're yeah, it went away. Oh, look at that. I cannot believe. Like this is the picture with him and me and Meek Mill. Now you guys get to see the whole picture. Okay.
Hey,
We're back, folks. I was able to show the whole picture when you were off. I guess maybe
I
because of
saw
the
it.
screen.
I saw it.
Yeah. Oh, you did?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Oops.
yeah.
All right.
There we
Here
go.
we go. So
Sorry,
we're
guys.
back. All right. It was like you ever FaceTime somebody and you're talking to them and then their face just freeze into like some weird position, like
Hmm. Yeah,
that's how yeah, that's how your face was. I was like, oh man, you're frozen. Okay, we're back. Yeah.
we all
And that's
good.
the reason why we have to like use every day literally like it's our last
Yes,
because one day it will be. One day
absolutely,
it definitely will be. And
absolutely.
my friend said something yesterday in our conversation and it was just so beautiful. She's like, I want to die empty. Like I want to like go up to
Mm.
him and know like I did every
Mm.
single thing and I had nothing left.
Mm.
And I'm like, that is absolutely the goal. Like, I want
Mm.
to die empty. I want to know that I made sure that every time that I spent here on this earth that I did my job and I did it
Mm.
well.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah. I get that. I get that. I agree.
are there any days like for me, there are some days where I love what I do. I absolutely love what I do. But there are some days when I don't feel like it. Just like when I go to the gym. I love going to the gym, but there are just some days I don't feel like it, but I do it anyway.
Hmm.
What's your why? What keeps you going? What keeps you moving forward?
The people, the people do. You know, God placing people in my life to keep me moving, that just keep me motivated. To be honest, and it was just last week, and last week people were coming up to me and was like, "Yo, I see your hustle. I see your grind." And these are people that I don't talk to on a daily like that. So
Mm,
for them to say that, I'm like, there's people watching. You know, even this past weekend, I had a talent convention, my first ever virtual talent convention, where artists that was training for months to perform in front of top Hollywood industry professionals, New York industry professionals, London industry professionals, where they were able to afford the opportunity to get in front of these people and get a different perspective, and them feeling affirmed because
mm,
most of them wanted to give up. So, what I do is an extension of who I am, and when it's well received, that feels loved.
mm. And love is the frequency.
That's it. That's it.
Love is the frequency. I feel like
That's it.
in this generation, so much love is lost.
Mm-hmm.
We don't even know who our neighbor is anymore.
Right.
There was a couple people that lived in my neighborhood that I've never seen until the pandemic. I'm like, I don't know. Hey, where they live? Oh, okay, right next door. Wow. Like so much love is lost in this generation, and we definitely need that more than anything, more than
Yeah.
people even admit or love to talk about. I love love. Love is beautiful,
Yeah.
right? Love is
Yeah.
kind, it's patient, it's all of those
All of
things.
those things. Absolutely.
It
So I got
takes,
like a few more moments. I'm sorry. I
okay,
have
let's do it.
another meeting to get on to.
Oh yeah, no problem. So let's end it with a word that you want to share with the world.
A word, like one word, or just being able, whatever that's on my heart.
Whatever is on your heart.
Just love life. Just love life. Just love life. I mean, honestly, don't let your current circumstances define who you are,
Mm-hmm.
because you're going through it. All right. And have a spirit of discernment, being able to understand that who's in front of you. Right. Because a lot of people feel as though that they can't reach their purpose, or they can't find their purpose, or they felt like they lost their purpose. So if you, Steve Harvey has this saying that if you wake up in the morning every single day and you hate going to that job, or you hate what you do, that's not what you're called to do. If you love frying chicken and you do it
Fried
well,
chicken.
there's there's millionaires making chicken, Popeyes, KFC, right? So
Mm,
listen to within, figure out what is your purpose, and it's an alignment of what is something that's being called to you, and it's effortlessly done because you attract that and you manifest it. You don't always have to grind and hustle to get what you want in life. All right, you'll
you
always fight the adversity that's in front of you. So
so you can
just love what
actually
you
go.
do.
You can actually go to sleep. You don't have to stay up all the long. You can be productive and just
Absolutely.
trust the process, right?
Trust the process.
Everybody, I really want everybody to go. Make sure I'm like go to the theaters. Check check out this movie.
Please,
Oh my goodness.
please, please, please.
Please spread the word, right? I wish they can show the entire thing, but I'll show it when you get off.
Okay.
So we got Charm City Kings. Oh my goodness. It is on
Yes.
October 8th, HBO Max. Thank you so much, Louis Stancil. This has been an
Much love.
amazing time. Thank you so much. Much success, love, light, and
Thank
energy
you.
to you. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye. Oh my goodness, you guys. How was that? That was amazing, right? That was so great. You guys gotta have to definitely have to go and see this movie. This is gonna be awesome. I seen the trailer. Yes. Charm City Kings. Yes, we have to go and see this. October 8th on HBO Max. I want to thank everyone for taking out the time to check us out and spend time on Choose Your Path as the path of a celebrity acting coach, director, and producer, Louis Stancil. He recently had coached Meek Mill for this film here. So we definitely have to let's show some support. Oh my goodness. This is going to be amazing. This is going to be truly amazing. I can't wait to see it. So thank you guys. Until tomorrow. Yay. Choose your path. Know that you can choose your path. Bye bye.